My company is Black Series Edition LLC with Gunmetal Crystal Edge Technology screens. So I thought I'd share this with you real quick. So what happens to a black surface that is not coated with FLE technology? Well, this is what happens. It doesn't have the ability to be able to produce a white level due to the fact, as I said before, any black surface, paints, films, fabrics, if it's not coated with that FLE technology, it doesn't have the ability to be able to register and read white light. So we have a $7 tablecloth that was coated with the FLE technology that we're designing for, we have coming up pretty soon for 2024. This product is 60% done. So we can take any fabric before and after, we coat one side of the screen, it'll generate a white light that high. Versus a t-shirt, a black t-shirt, that doesn't have the coating on it at all. That's why I try to explain to people, when you have people try to say, well, any black surface, no, that may be on your end, not on our end. On our end, our technology is a little different. You don't have our stuff. If you have my technology, you'd be able to do this easily. But no, without our technology, if you take a black surface, you really think you're seeing a white level, you're not seeing anything at all. Image is really dark. This is when I come on YouTube and I sit there and tell people at the end of the day that your screen isn't generating a high enough white level. I'm not doing that to be mean. I'm telling you the truth. It is what it is. I'm not going to baby you. I'm going to tell you the truth. The screen's not generating a high enough white level. So that technology allows for black levels, black screens, whatever surface we choose to coat it on, we can turn it into a projection screen. Anything we want. It can be black plastic. It can be this chair over here. Anything we want, we coat that stuff on and it converts into that stuff. So that's my t-shirt over there with no coating. So if I want, I could turn that t-shirt within a couple of minutes into our technology. This is when I talk about that when you see demonstrations of people doing side-by-side screens, they're never supposed to match. There's supposed to be a difference between night and day. Now also too, the FLE technology, even though it has a particular strange look to it. It's black, it definitely is, but it has a strange look to it. And the reason why we do it this way is because this is things I learned down through time when doing business with companies. Not saying all companies do this, but there was a problem. We did work with one particular company and they tried to bamboozle us. They made up a fake invoice. They figured since the paint's all black, we couldn't be to tell the difference which one is ours and which one is the fake. And they try to make it look like that an item or a certain amount of paint got damaged in shipping. And they printed the labels, but they had the wrong product in there. And this is why I've always, when I design our black technology, it has a strange look to it, because then we can tell if that's ours or if it's not ours, and we can also tell from testing also too. These are little things I learned in life when I'm doing business on how to defend and protect our company. Now, as we keep in mind, you can buy 20 containers of black paint, which we have to do anyway, and you'll notice that all black is not the same. It's black, it just has different shades. Does the shade change it? No, we've done black versus black, same shade, different shades, different fabrics, films, you name it, we've done it. What makes our technology different from everybody else's, we can draw higher white levels, we produce 100% contrast levels, and our colors are absolutely outstanding. So that's what happens if you have a product that's not coated with our technology. So no, you can't do the same thing with black paint, you can't do the same thing with black fabric or vinyls or whatever you want to choose. At the end of the day, it won't work. Only we have the capability to be able to do that. Of course, God's technology. But I thought I'd show you that. Fabric versus fabric. One coated without it. So if you were to go out and buy a black sheet or tablecloth, or I don't know why you use a t-shirt for a screen, but we're just using it for a demonstration, you're going to get this very dark image very dull image, and that's what's going to happen. It's not the same thing. That's why you don't mess up your setup by making free products that at the end of the day are just going to end up screwing up your setup. That's why you buy from us. Now you can see, because we can do these tests so easily, this is why batch numbers are required. It must be used in all demonstrations. But to make sure you're not getting a product that's going to match a tablecloth or a t-shirt. Skyworth food demonstration. All screens can pull contrast levels, every last one of them. No matter what the shade, it can pull contrast level. Biggest problem you're going to have, can it see white light? If it can't see white light, your colors are going to fail. Your white levels are definitely going to fail. I get that all the time because people think, because if we do a star field demonstration, even if the black is a different shade, I think it's going to pull the same thing when it comes to everything else. No. The white level, all black screens, no matter what shade it is of black, they're all going to see contrast. The big question is, can it see white light? And since we've done tons of testing on black versus black, I know what pulls and what doesn't. And this is the difference between our product and black fabric versus black fabric, but our product is coated with an FLE. Now say this is a batch number demonstration. Say this product's already being sold and we got a batch number demonstration to do. This is what we can do in our batch numbers. Gray screens, you're not going to be able to do this at all. Period. You wouldn't pass the contrast level, so that's not going to happen. You're definitely not going to pass color. You won't pass an ambient light projection test, and you definitely won't versus gray versus gray. You can't pass it. I can call that from the door. We used to make that stuff. The screen doesn't have an infinity contrast level. Contrast plays with color. So that means you can't read color either. And since your screen's required to be in dark environments, guess what? You're not ambient light projection coded either. So pretty much, I say out of 100, 90% of your screen is outdated already. Black screens, you can't generate white light. I've seen your demonstrations. You're in very dark environments, so you can generate enough high enough white level to try to produce a somewhat decent image. And if you can't work on ultra short throw, then you're out of the game. The majority of most customers own ultra short throws, including companies. Green screen. I don't know what she just gave me. I said green screen. There we go. There you go. I told you before. If you can't, put it this way. If you can't see contrast, you can't see color. That's for a gray screen. For a black screen, if you can't see a white level, you can't see color. So if your black screen doesn't pull up a high enough white level, you can't read color. Color has two balances, white and black, in order to produce a color. That's how it works. The darker your screen is, the higher chance you have of pulling in a much richer, more beautiful color. But you're going to have a white level too in there also too, to give it balance. If not, you're going to have something called oversaturation of contrast levels. This is where your screen's generating too high of a white level. Sorry, too high of a black level. And this is where colors become muddy and dirty. This is a mistake I see when people try to make charcoal mixes. More like darker gray mixes, your white levels are poor and your products come out muddy. Your contrast level isn't high enough, and therefore you can't read a 100% black level. So you're in the in-between of limbo. It doesn't work at all, period. You have to be able to explain it as you say it on camera. And I bet you 100 people were sitting back. Sometimes I give people a long enough rope to hang themselves. Because then we get people saying, oh, we did fabric. I can do the same thing with a tablecloth and so on. We give you a long enough rope. We don't say anything. We just watch you trip over your feet. I just watch you hang yourself. And then I'll come in later on and embarrass you. That's why I say stay in your lane. It always works better that way. And this is our white t-shirt. My white t-shirt too. Color balance. And the white t-shirt don't pick up anything. That's your white screen right there. So see what I mean by color balance? You have to be able to combine white and black at the exact same time at a perfect balance. Gray screens can't do it because you don't read 100% black, and therefore because you don't read 100% black, you don't see color. That's why your contrast and all that washes out. There's a reason why you have to be in dark environments, because your screen can't generate. Where if your screen's too dark and you pick up too high of a contrast levels and your white levels are too low, your screen comes up really dark like the black t-shirt over there that's uncoated with our technology. If you have a white screen or a gray screen and you don't have any contrast level, the less you have, the more you're going to suffer that category over there, which means you can't see color or contrast, and you don't have ambient light rejection technology. Isn't that interesting? Trying to figure out how to get the balance perfect. Yeah, it's interesting. It takes years and years and years of research to do it. So say we do a white screen, right? Let's do a white screen for fun. We'll do a white screen. White projection screen. Try her again. There we go. Now we do an all white screen. So here, the white screen pulls the highest white screen. The screen over there, the t-shirt, doesn't pull any white level at all, but our screen does pull a high white level. So it's a balance. So anytime I do certified screens, the first thing I do is I basically look for the balance, because the balance tells me whether or not if the screen is going to wash out or fade, can't pick up a contrast level, is going to have problems in ambient light environments. This is how I know. This is why when I take 7 or 8 certified screens and I stick them on a screen and say white levels, the screen that has a tone is the one that's going to be the challenge. The one that doesn't have the tone and has the bright level like the white screen, it's going to wash out. This is what I find interesting when I try to find exactly how much do people know about projection screens at the end of the day. So when we were doing this demonstration at first, we had a bunch of naysayers would come in the room and go, oh yeah, the white screen's going to pick up the color. No, it won't. And white screens don't see color, neither do gray. They can't read it. Because you think the higher the white level is, the higher your colors will come out. You don't have any black in there, so therefore, how are you going to see color and how would you see contrast? So we would show this demonstration first. And they would all pick the white screen until we do this. Red screen. Now, let's choose a red screen. Now, the screen that has the whiter level, you would think that would pull the highest color, but it doesn't. Because you need contrast to see color. Did you hear what the guy said in OLED? He said it crystal clear. He said, in the true black, you see true color. because it takes black to see color, not white. White doesn't read color. It's black that reads color. The darker your screen, the better your chances of seeing color. But the problem you have there too, once you go too dark on your screen, you're still going to have some way to be able to read the white levels. Because if you can't, your screen turns into that one over there. So if this is really confusing for you and you're thinking, gee whiz, how do you know and how do you figure it out? Well, there you go. That's how difficult it is in order to get a screen to see proper balance. This is why when you're seeing people with gray and white screens claiming to see color, they're not reading it at all, period. I can produce that red level outside if I want to. If you have true ambient light rejection technology, you don't have to worry about screens washing out because you have true ambient light rejection technology. If you have to cover your screens in dark environments, then you don't have it at all, period. And it is a requirement, a must. If your screen, you call yourself pulling colors, y'all don't see colors. The only people who see colors are my customers. They see colors, but you guys can't see it. Because your projector right now is producing red. The color right now, the projector is producing red. The black screen can't see it because it doesn't have a high enough white level and it can't receive white light. And the white t-shirt on the other end can't see it because it doesn't have a balance of contrast. Our technology sees it. So what are you seeing out of your projector that you spent all this money for? Nothing. You're not seeing anything at all, period. It's like the equivalence of watching on a knockoff projector and then you upgrade to a real projector and then you can actually see what you've been missing. But even in that, you still aren't seeing the whole picture. So out of 100%, I would say roughly about 90% of you actually, you're not seeing your projector correctly. And for those of you who want to sit there and say, oh no, my projector, oh, really want to run that test? Here we go. Turn on all your lights in the environment. Put on a star field so you can register black. If you can't see it, then your screen can't read. Because you should be able to see a contrast level whether your lights are on or off. If you have to turn your lights off to see contrast levels and for your colors to pop better, that means you can't see and your screen doesn't work. And if anyone tells you that ambient light rejection technology is not required, well, look at their customers. All their customers sit in the dark, so it is required. Well, there you go right there. Let's go pop over to purple. Perfect color balance. So I didn't have to calibrate my projector. I didn't have to spend the money for an expensive projector and to buy 4K or 1080p or none of that. This is a 2011 model. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. You know the sad thing about this projector right here is that the company who developed this projector literally upgraded and designed it a more advanced piece of technology, thinking that this projector was outdated, when the entire time it was never outdated, the screen was. So they upgraded all their technology to much more expensive piece of machinery at the end of the day that wasn't even necessary. There was nothing wrong with the projector. They just had it on a white screen. That's why their image and color was poor. Their ambient light rejection was poor. Even at 4,000 lumens was poor. This is why big companies like projection screen companies will lock on to us for massive contracts, because we can take their older projectors and make them look outstanding. As a matter of fact, I can take one of their older projectors and beat one of their newer projectors with it. Just for fun. They didn't even know. Think about it. All the time developing this machine, they had no idea its true capabilities because it was hitting the wrong screen. Same thing of what you're going through right now. You think you're really seeing color. You really think you're seeing contrast. You really think you have ambient. You have none of that at all. Not a thing. None of it at all, period. I'm not saying it to be rude. I'm giving you an understanding of what you're getting, of what you have. Any projector that you buy, I don't care if it's from here, from now, or in the past, will not work without our technology. But you'll see. You'll buy your projector. You'll try to do the same thing I do in my demonstrations, and you'll fail. And then you'll contact us. Your projectors don't work. They're not working. So if you have a projector, of course, more advanced than what I'm using here in the demonstration, and you can't get it to work, and mine works, and mine's a 2011 model, yeah, it's a big red flag telling you your projector's not working. Don't go buy another projector. Don't go upgrade and spend more money for nothing. You waste your money. You upgrade your screen. That screen plays a huge role in your home theater setup. 4K snow screensavers. There's a microphone out of this thing. Let's try it again. We got something called Who. Oh, where's the microphones at? 4K snow screensavers. Floor somewhere. So this is what you do. This is why you have to do something called a white level test when you have black technology. In black technology, you have to be able to show white surface versus your screen. You have to do this at 1,000 lumens. You do this at ultra short throw. You have to do this on different levels of projectors. You do it inside. You do it outside. The reason why you have to do that because that lets you know exactly where your white levels lay at. That's why you have to do those tests. Mind you, it's 60% technology. So when we do a demonstration, we don't want to come in the area of the black screen, of the darker screen right here that doesn't have our technology, because that means the screen is producing too low of a level and it's coming up too dark, and this is not going to work for different forms of applications. So we need to be somewhere near the white screen, but we can't be too dark. So as you can see where our white levels lay at, not only can we pick up the white levels, but also too, we can see the contrast in the screen. With the white screen, can't register and read the contrast levels, but it can see the white levels. So we want to have a perfect balance on our white levels. If they're too high, it's going to affect their contrast.
The one thing we can never get more of is time. Or can we?
Perfect example. We need our white levels to be balanced. Not so freaking high that we can't see color and we can't see contrast. But we need our contrast levels to be ultimate, super, ultra dark, and they need to be black. But they have to be the white levels at the same time. So I do these demonstrations to give you an idea of how our technology is supposed to function and work. This is why when you're watching these demonstrations from other people, they don't do these demonstrations because, again, this is a very hard demonstration to do. This is why we can do batch numbers, because, again, we can back our products up. Back in my chair to think that out. What the FLE technology, the heightener does. The heightener allows the screen to be able to read and understand white light at a very high level. Very important demonstration to do. Can't skip this one. It's a definite requirement. Some people think I watch demonstrations of people trying to develop black technology, and they'll take a screen, it'll be dark, and they'll put a lot of contrast on it. Sorry, Taco. They put a lot of contrast on it, very little white levels. They don't do side-by-side tests with white screens versus their products. Never do that. And then when you get the paint, you find out that the levels are too dark, it's too dirty, and it's too grimy. Gray screens, again, can't read they can read the white levels, but they can't read contrast and color. They won't read, they won't pick up. So we have to make sure when we're developing our technology that the white levels aren't too high, because they are, they'll wash out the contrast. You see that the screen ain't picking up anything, it's blinded. And if you think going with a higher lumen projector is going to fix it, that's not going to help. You're going to wash it out even faster. There has to be a balance in there. We don't want to come up like the dark screen over there. If we come up like the shirt over there, that means our contrast levels are way too high. And the heightener is not picking up. It's failing. We can make a screen ultra dark. That heightener has to be the function. So there has to be a balance between the heightener and the black and the darker technology. And we do this in 20 and 30 minutes. So this is one of the tests you have to do when you're doing your product before you can sell it. You should have anywhere between 10 to 20 tests on your product before you sell it. So I should be going YouTube. I should be to pull your product up and look for your tests and find them. If I can't find them, that means your product was never tested. If your product was never tested, you can't give out a batch number. So if anyone sits there and says, hey, I bought this product and it did the same thing as a white screen. It came up so dark that I can't see it. So you're saying it come up looking like that t-shirt over there? That's what you're saying? So at the end of the day, these are the customers I don't like and we won't sell to. This is a customer who wants the screen to be super white, but they want super high contrast levels at the same time. They want a perfect balance of both. That's what they want. We don't do business with you. We give your money back right away, real fast, real quick, because you're a problem. Because that's virtually impossible. It's something called sacrifice line. So you have to sacrifice something for something. You don't want the sacrifice to be too high, because if the sacrifice is too high, you end up like that screen over there, or that one right there, because the sacrifice is too high. But something has to be sacrificed. So with us, because we develop at a very high black level with an infinity, we know from the door that the white levels are going to drop a little bit. Every gunmetal technology knows this on the face of the planet. Even charcoal gray paints go through this. You're going to have to sacrifice something. It's how much you're going to sacrifice out of the process. So that's where the color balance comes in, because the color balance will show how much your screen sacrificed. So when you understand this, that when we do a white level test, and that's why you see all those demonstrations of all those white surfaces and all those stuff on different caliber projectors inside and out, that's done so we can see where our white levels are sitting at.
Don't miss Black Friday deals now.
Because if your balance is incorrect, that means your color gets thrown off completely.
Domino's new pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread is the best thing since bacon and jalapenos.
If your screens aren't dark enough, you can't use ambient light projection technology. If they're too dark, or they're going to be very dark, and you can't read a white level, if it doesn't pick up, you come out dirty. So you got to figure all that out. And then you got to do that on multiple projectors in different environments and still come out with the same results every single time. Good luck reaching the bar. It's pretty far up, ain't it? It is. Very far up. That's how hard it is. So if you think you can get together and mix a bunch of paints together, which we show people, we gave them the permission to make our black technology, didn't even run any of these tests. None of them. At all, period. One of these things I tell you at the end of the day, if a person is not testing their products, how can you expect them to make product if they don't even know what the product is going to do? That's how you find out whether or not a product is going to work well or what could be wrong with it. Because you have to basically, problems will pop up in the middle of testing. Go, oh shoot, I'm glad we found out about that. Now we can fix that problem. Well, you're going to be the tester. Now, see how you see the imprint of the wolves playing in the snow? The nose is reading 100% black. See how it passes over the white screen where the detail is completely gone? And then on the black shirt, where it's not producing a high enough white level, where it's just coming up dark and dirty. It has to be a balance. So if someone says, hey, I'm going to take you to court because my screen didn't come up super white, guess what? You're going to lose. Because in our demonstrations, we can show we do pull a white level high enough that it doesn't match any form of black paints and fabrics and films, and it does exactly what it's designed to do. Because what you're asking for is something impossible. You will lose your case. Trust me, I've been through PayPal claims on this all the time. Always win. If you're saying our product is so dark you can't even see it, well, we can do this demonstration right here too also. I can also do a black versus our product, showing that our product doesn't match any form of black paints and fabrics and all that stuff. And if our product did come up that dark, it would look exactly like that. That's how we would know also too. And you would also get sued in court. Why? Because all my stuff is backed and all my stuff is tested. Now, if I went against a gray screen, I said, hey man, your stuff matched my daughter's hoodie when she walked across the screen. Do you have any tests for showing that I may be wrong in this? Because if not, I'm taking you to court and I'm going to sue you. How are you going to back yourself up? You don't have no tests. You have no batch number. How are you going to back yourself? How are you going to deny his claim that he made against you? How can you do it? I'm talking to the merchants. How can you? You can't. You're open season. That's what you are right now. Got to be to back it. If you don't, you're going to lose your shirt. You think for a minute that every customer on the face of the planet is going to treat you well. No, it's not going to happen. You're going to have some customers who are going to treat you nice, and some customers are going to treat you bad. You ever done customer service before? Then you know what I'm talking about. You have some nice ones, and you have some really bad ones. So you have to be to protect yourself as the merchant. Customers, you have to make sure whatever you're buying from the merchant is 100% legit. Batch number is required. I can do this on the batch number easy all day long. So the question is, when you buy a fabric screen from us, you want to know that you're buying a 100% grade fabric screen with a high performance technology embedded into it. Not an everyday tablecloth that Mr. Bird could be going down to Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever God knows and pick it up and buy it and sell it to you. You want to make sure it's legit and it works. That's why we have these tests. That's why we do these demonstrations. Now, what you've seen already with house paints, we never matched the screen black on black ever. Not ever in any of our demonstrations. Never. But you watch some people match great paints and still continue to sell the great paints, which they should not be doing. Definitely ripping off their customers. Definitely ripping them off. Pink screen. Let's break color there. Color balance. That's why I hear people calibrating their projector. I laugh my head off when I hear about somebody calibrating their projector. You're calibrating what? Why are you calibrating again? Oh, to get your colors right because your balance is off? That's why you're doing it? You know why your balance is off, right? You got the wrong screen. That's why. You can calibrate all you want all day long. Your still colors are going to be still off. You got the wrong screen. That's why. You're calibrating to get your colors right. And it's funny, I watch them in these demonstrations. I go and I watch them on YouTube. I go watch them on freaking forum sites. You got to calibrate your colors to get them just right. You spent all this money for this projector that's designed with millions and millions of colors, and you're calibrating? We got to use ambient light controlled environment because if we don't, the screen's going to wash out. It's going to fade the colors. You bought a screen that's supposed to be ambient light rejection technology. It says ambient light rejection on it. Why are you in the dark? Spent all this money for a projector with a 2 million to 1, 5 million to 1, 10 million to 1, and you're in the dark. Guess what? Contrast picks up whether or not you're in the dark or in the lights. It picks up. Gee whiz Louise. My white t-shirt off of here. And if you think for a hot second you're going to fix that nonsense with the gray screen, you are sadly mistaken. I've done so many tests on great products, it's not even funny enough to choke a horse. I've had an inside, outside, ultra short though. As a matter of fact, I had 3 projectors set up in one room, and we had a screen paint on each one of those projectors, and it still failed miserably. They don't work. Because if they did, you could have all your lights on. And you could watch contrast levels, something a gray screen can never ever do. They can't read 100% black. So show me something that the screen is not able to do. Try it outside, see what happens. They react just like white screens. They give you a little bit of a bump. Mind, they serve their purpose. They have served their purpose. Purpose of a gray screen when they developed, as I told you before, was to have a product that could produce a little bit better color, a little better shade of black, but really technically was gray, and to be able to produce a little bit in a somewhat lit environment. Way better than the white screen. White screen had to be in a complete dark environment. That's the whole purpose of it. No one developed a darker gray paint due to white levels. No one sat there and said, we got white screens already. They're the competition against us. Let's develop a screen with a higher white level. How the freak would that even be possible? The white screen's white. It's 100% white. How are you going to produce something higher than white? So again, that's not the purpose of the gray screen. The purpose was better contrast, better color, and the ability to produce in better lit environments. But someone came along and said, oh, it's all about the white levels. When that's the case, I just go get me a white screen and, you know, I'll beat your screen any day on white levels because that wouldn't be a problem. No, it's about contrast and color. And now ambient light rejection, because before it was all about gain. Now it's all ambient light rejection now. When it comes down to contrast and color. The darker the screen, the more expensive the screen. If you do your research, you go over to Elite Screens, look at the lineup. You'll see the white screens are cheaper. The Cinema Gray, which is a gray screen, looks like much like gray screen paints out there now. It is $800 or $700, somewhere in that range. You get to the Cinema Gray 5D, which is a little bit darker. Now you're talking about a $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 screen. Then you get to the Dark Star 9, which is darker than all of them, and it's $3,000. The darker screens are more expensive. They're much more advanced. They pick up better contrast. They pick up better color. Ambient light rejection technology works better with them. And then you come to black, which picks up the highest contrast, which picks up better color, which picks up, or our technology picks up an amazing white level. Why do you think we can come here and knock out certified so easy? The whole purpose of the certified screen is for its contrast. It's all about contrast for the dark gunmetal. Contrast, contrast, contrast. Well, you don't have the hit of contrast anymore when you have a screen that reads 100% black. Now, the theory with them on black screens is black screens don't have the ability to be able to pull high, bright colors because they're darker. Ooh, yeah. We kind of beat that one to death. Because we have that capability now. Now, it's an everyday black tablecloth. We draped it over an FLE screen. You see how dark and dirty it came up? Now we coat that technology with that FLE technology, and look at that t-shirt now. It looks much like that surface when it was draped over that screen, doesn't it? There you go. That's the power of true technology. For your certified screens, we can make that in 20 and 30 minutes. I can design an entire product line in less than a week, which I'm doing right now. We have all our formulas, everything's lined up and ready to go. By 2024 hits, our product will be at 100%. That technology will have the ability to knock anything out on the market, anything, including TVs, which you've seen side by side at 60%. We'll take over the advertising section, which will be having technology with the ability to be able to advertise. Who do you think they're going to go with? They're going to go with some decal company, put a bunch of stickers in your window that will never change, be the same forever, or our technology that can filter sunlight, whether it be 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 12 o'clock or 4 o'clock, doesn't make a difference. You can advertise your business right through glass without spending the money for expensive awnings or expensive projectors, which we never use in our demonstration. Dedicated theater setups. Oh yeah, we got screens coming out for that, cover that section too. We can produce a screen that can produce amazing white levels and colors as always, and also too can capture all the light, keeping your environment nice and dark without reflecting any light all over the place. All the image is right there in the screen, pushing right back at you. You don't need an expensive projector for that one either. Outside, oh, we're definitely going to dominate that. We got an inflatable screens coming out. We got that cinema flow technology coming out. And again, if you've seen the technology we do outside, it's pretty impressive, especially when you consider the fact that you can fire it between 5 and 6 o'clock when everybody else is waiting between 8 and 9, and we can still blow that technology out of the water. We have screen paint technology coming out under the Alpha CINEMAX and an imperior gunmetal, which we plan to take over the gunmetal section too. To design a gunmetal technology that will literally wipe out everything that we need. That's why we have what we have sitting behind us for future tests. Gaming technology, we have color screens coming out for that. I'm planning to cover everything. The only thing I won't touch is gray paint because it's obsolete. That's why we won't go near it. That's why we give that away for free. So I'm covering everything. And in the long run, How does this benefit the customers? Well, guess what? You're not forced to buy a projector you don't need. Save a ton of money. That's why I love it when gray screens say saving you hundreds. How are you saving hundreds? How much did you pay for your projector, for your video demonstrations? It's like $3,300 for that thing, right, when it came out? How much did I pay for my projector? $270. Got one I paid $60 for. I got an Optimum I paid $37 for. Even my big boy Beast projectors are under $500. My screen's 10 times bigger. Consider the fact that in my demonstrations, I had 180 inch to the ceiling and 150 to the wall, and another 130 to the floor. So yeah. And on top of that, you can't say you're saving any money when you consider the fact that you have to do so much to your environment just to get it to work. That's not good. If it's not going to work inside, it's not going to work outside. Now you just watch me take an everyday $7 tablecloth and coat it with that technology, and then wiped up a black t-shirt on it and a white one. I love this technology. 60%. 60%. So the Black Series technology will be obsoleted. We don't need it anymore. If you saw the demonstration of a Black Series sample sheet laying against one of these screens, the screen generates a much higher white level. Is the Black Series still good? It's amazing technology. It's absolutely incredible for what it's designed to do. But we're always striving for better. Always striving for better. This is the stair step to the new technology coming soon, which is an Omega. This is the beginning, Alpha and Omega. A lot of people didn't catch on to that one, the beginning and the end. It's the purpose behind everything that we do. I love it how people try to, and this is naysayers, try to figure me out. You could never figure me out in a million years. Not in a million years. You have no idea how far I am in planning on things I have for the technology that I'm working on. I have composition books full of technology that I haven't even touched yet. We have a liquid projection screen we haven't even had a chance to play around with yet. I can change my screens to different colors. We showed you that in an exotic collection. And as for invisible technology, well, we kind of mastered that. We can eat sunlight. I love saying we can eat sunlight. You know how much I hate it when I did a demonstration, the sun would come out, hit the screen a little bit because the screens weren't ready to take on sunlight. And I thought one day I'm going to get that one day. I'm going to have a technology that can filter sunlight. And now we already got it. So, is this spray-on application going to be? No. Heck no. No. This stuff is going to have so many patents on it, it's not even going to be funny. I'm waiting for somebody to touch this bad boy so I can take it to court and sue them. Just waiting for someone to mess around with it so we can take it to court and sue the daylights out of you. Or it's going to be locked in. The reason why we got to lock it in, it's not for those naysayers, it's the big companies. That's what we got to lock it in for. Oh, man. I'm tired of sitting there watching a little TV, and I thought to myself, I've got to put a black t-shirt on this and do it live. No rehearse. Just jump out and do it. This is what scares people to do these tests like this, because they got to prep. They got to be ready. They got to hype themselves up. I'm gonna do. No, man. When you're doing those batch numbers, those tests, majority of our tests are done live. You have to do that right there on camera, and you can't just basically walk on eggshells while you're doing it, man. You got to go in charging. You have to. You have no choice. Because if not, that means you commit fraud. You have to tell the truth 100%. So, to those people who made statements that my product was nothing more than black paint, would you like me to pass that torch on to you to tell you at the end of the day that you could send me down black paint? Do you want that embarrassment? Because I will embarrass the living crap out of you. And then I will sue you if I find out that you made a statement about my product being black paint at the end of the day. Yeah, you better leave the channel when I make that statement. Because if I find out that you went out there and you made a statement about my product being nothing more than black paint and fabric, I'm going to have you send me paint. And if you don't, well, I'll hire an investigator to track your whereabouts. I'll dig you up and I'll bring you in court and prosecute you and take everything from you. Because one thing I'm going to be known for in 2024 is that if you dare make up any statement about my product, being whatever you think it is at the end of the day, I'll take everything you have. You better be able to back it up. If you're going to say something about my product, you better be able to back it up. Because if not, it will cost you. So I will have you send me black paint. Don't be like the other one. He couldn't back it up. He's going to get sued in court for $1 million. Well, $12,000 in one, $1 million in the other one. You can't back it. Oh, well, sucks to be him. And a lot of people saying, well, I don't have $1 million. Well, yeah, we know you don't have $1 million. It's the lien that's going to crush you in the process. Your credit score, gone. You can't get jack. Banks won't lend you a thing. You're done. Yeah, you're done at the end of the day. And keep in mind, you owe me $1 million, so I can take everything from you, which means I can repossess your cars, bikes. I can even take stuff out of your banking account. Yeah, I can take everything from you. I can leave you with nothing and leave you with debt at the same time. So, yeah, that's why they slap you with heavy fines like that. $1 million fines. Now, for those of you who have no intention of doing this nonsense to begin with, and you're just running really good technology and you're better at getting ripped off from all these different companies out here that you have to spend so much money to work their products, enjoy. And for those of you, on the other hand, whose intentions are to do something dirty with this stuff, I'm going to enjoy your merchandise. So whatever you have at the end of the day, they're going to sell it off and I'm going to take your money, everything from you. And I'm not going to keep it because I don't want it. I'm going to give it to charity. All lawsuits from anybody is going to charity. Take your negative and do something positive with it. So be nice. Act like you have common sense at the end of the day. Now, if you do a review on the product and you say, hey, I don't like it, it's not to my liking, blah, 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 hey, it's freedom of speech. I don't care about that. That's your opinion. You have a right to speak your mind. I basically support that 100%. But if you sit there and say that I'm scamming people with this technology and you're doing demonstrations where my product is looking like it's not supposed to look like, then I'll see you in court. Man, I tell you. Now we gotta figure out what to do with this. The t-shirt's boring. You gotta get black paint. Somebody was supposed to send us black paint. We'd have had black paint. If somebody would have sent us the black paint, we'd have had some eating chips. Yeah, now I gotta spend the money myself and get the black paint. But somebody was supposed to send us down black paint, but they didn't send the black paint at all, period. Coward. Can't stand people talk trash and can't back it up. I hate it. I got free black paint. We could do some testing on this today. Now I got to get them all morning. I got to go down to Home Depot and pick up black paint anyway. It would have been a nice demonstration too. It would have been a nice black versus black demonstration. I'm so hyped up about that. Now I'm about to ask somebody else to do it. Yeah, tell me about it. That would have been an awesome black versus black. A troll at the end of the day. Embarrass them on YouTube, do a black versus black. That'd have been a heck of a lot funny right there. But no, we didn't get it. So I can take my own money out and buy black paint. I got free black paint. I'll tell you one thing. You want to really get embarrassed? I can make you my beneficiary of basically buying me black paint forever. With any test demonstrations we do on any of our black technology, we can make you the person that has to buy that black paint. You know how embarrassing that would be? To have to send me paint every single time, to have me crush it every single time on live. I don't think anybody wants that at the end of the day. I see people make great paints. This is the kind of confidence level you should have. But your product's obsolete anyway. No point. Develop a black technology. That's what you do. Make a black technology. That'd be nice. We even made our own black paints to put against our own products and it failed. We had other people make the black product against their product and it fails. We had to help them make the product and it still failed. Oh, I'm so tired of talking about this. I'm so freaking bored of this. This is why I want to go into tiny homes. This is why I'm going to go into that section. I'm so bored of this, I'm telling you. Then again, tomorrow morning I'll be a different person. Like, oh my God, I can't wait to. But literally, just some days, man. I just want a challenge. I like the days when I was making gray screen paint. You know why? Because it was always a challenge. There was always somebody there. Back and forth with people in forum sites, talking, chatting. It was so much fun. Now, there's nobody there. And his product at the end of the day, his black paint, I can see the demonstration, that's going to go badly. It's definitely going to go badly. It's going to take me forever to paint the screen, number one. Which we're going to do a side-by-side demonstration. Me painting his screen in, and my buddy's going to paint our screen in. So it's going to be a faster application. He's not going to pass any of the tests. It's no black versus black. He has nothing on his product. What am I going to test it against? There's nothing on his product at all. The range gain doesn't even freaking exist, so we can scratch that off. That's not going to happen. It doesn't work with ultra short throws. All our stuff is ultra short throw compatible, so there we go right there. And I'm curious how this stuff is going to work outside. Because there's not a lot of demonstrations on it. I have nothing really to go on. Now, if I'm watching a demonstration on someone's screen in direct sun, like, oh, shoot, what the freak is this? Oh, yeah, that's definitely worth my time. There you go. And at the end of the day, if he really thought his product was that good, he would have purchased my stuff by now, but he didn't buy it, so I'm going to buy his. Mind you, only $700 worth of orders on his website. He gave us back all our money. Did he ever try to buy anything from my site to test the product against? No, because he knows better. Gee whiz. Oh, it's so freaking pitiful. This is the reason why I go with the certified screens every time. At least they give us a challenge at the end of the day. Oh, I haven't done that in a while. Give me, no, not that. Give me this. Give me, TCL 4K demonstration. I think I butchered that. Pretty sure I did. There we go. Let's have a little fun. Some light colors. It's interesting. Most people think, oh man, you must be thinking about all the money you're going to make. It ain't about the money. It's really not. It's a challenge. That's what I want. Money, I'm donating most of my money away. The money I make off this technology is being donated to help other people out. But it's not that, that's a good purpose, but the challenge is what I need. Always had challenges when making gray screen paint. Always. Whether it be Mississippi Man or somebody out there, always have a challenge. And these people did things by the book. They did things right. They didn't basically make puppets of people and stalk people and all that nonsense. These are people who actually had honor when they designed stuff. You could respect the person at the end of the day. These jokers today, I gotta file charges against them to take them to court for dumb stuff. If you lose and your product goes under, then guess what you do? You go back and you make something better. And you come back with something better. That's what you do. You don't cry about it and send me thinking 80, 90 emails crying about it. You go make something better. And then you go buy that person's product to test it to see if your product is better. That's what you do. That's what we did. Not refuse and give me back my money. Yeah, so much fun back there. I'm gonna coat that t-shirt next. Oh, by the way, this technology right here is a Cyberpunk gaming garage. This is the gaming paint we developed. That's what that is. That's FLE technology embedded into it. So yeah, we made our own gaming. Remember I told you about that back then? So we're going to make our screen paint, a spray-on application screen, blackout cloth for the Cyberpunk Gaming Garage. Post a little video on it. I was talking about it. Well, there it is right there. That's 60%. I think people thought I was joking about that. I'm not joking about that. I'm serious. You know, it's funny how white screensaver. Try her again. White screensaver. It's funny how when I watch people at these shows, they have to be right in front of their screens all the time. I would never do that. I just walk off. I'll explain to you like da 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 and then disappear. I'm gonna walk around and see what everybody else is doing. Well, you don't need to be there. Screen does all the work. I don't need there to monitor anything. Pretty much does his own job. Does his own thing right there. Pulls a very high contrast level. Here's the surface right here with black on it. This is paint right here. This is an OLED TV next to the screen. Da 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 da. That's it. Bye. Because I don't need to be there to watch the screen. You have to be there to watch the screen. If you have a screen, well, basically, if you have one of the gray screens, then you definitely got to be there. Because again, what if the contrast level pops up and your screen washes out? Definitely got to be there to monitor all that mess, or the colors might not pull. Something, anything could go wrong. So you have to be there to monitor that. I don't really have to be there. Majority, most of the time when I was doing demonstrations behind camera, I was someplace else. I literally just walked away from camera all the time because I didn't need to be there. Technology does itself. Sometimes I'd be out in the back. Sometimes I'd go on the deck, get myself a bowl of cereal, watch TV on my phone, or fall asleep in a corner somewhere because I was tired, I was working at night. Yeah, didn't really have to be there. Just put on a freaking slideshow and walk away. Man, we got so much stuff we're going to embed this stuff into. It's not even funny how much we're going to embed this. We have a micro mesh screen coming out. We're going to embed this stuff in. I'm a little curious about that. I do want to see the... Okay. Talk me into it. Let's just see what it could look like. I'm curious myself. So who is he talking to, God? Where did I put it anyway? I don't even know where I put it. Oh, it's right over there. Oh. Invade quarters. Invade my quarters. Do you like it like this? I like it like that. Do you like it like this, homeboy? I like it like that. stays up there. That's Diamond Technology. So I'm curious. We'll take the t-shirt down. Try to keep this. We've got a t-shirt that's on. I want to see. We already know what we can do with this. But I'm curious with that. Interesting. Slow color changer.
Common chest congestion relief that goes the distance. Mucinex DM.
Come on, I'll do that. Really? Get out of the way. Stop bumping me in the corner. Now, I told you when the screen reaches 100%, we'll send them down a free screen. I want them to see what it's like. Still gotta figure out what panel I had, because they didn't give me any information on what panel I had. Okay. Color gray. To white levels. Starfield screensaver. As I said before, a thing that'll get you sued if you make a false statement that's not true. So we can actually make the statement, and there's just no way in the world Diamond Technology can take on a black technology. It's virtually impossible. The screen is black. It has the ability to generate high white levels. It's a 60% technology, keep in mind, but it has the ability to generate an extremely good high white level, and it's still at 60%. But we're going to dominate when it comes to contrast and color because, again, our screens are 100% black. That coating that we have, like I said, it's the same material that we draped over top in FLE, and the FLE technology was able to turn the tablecloth dark. Now the tablecloth is coated with FLE technology, and it makes a t-shirt look dark because it doesn't have the coating attached to it. So we can make a black screen that's already dark. We can convert that into a technology that can read white light and beautiful colors, and also maintain a slight little darkness to it because, again, our technology is dark, where we can take a white surface and do the same thing to it. We can convert it. Coca-Cola contrast demonstration.
Old Spice gives you twice the spice with 24/7 holiday freshness.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown.
Add this to the top of your list.
As I said before, this is what's going to push the gunmetal into black. It's interesting how when I had light gray screens and I saw black diamond technology, and I realized that if I wasn't on that path, I was going to become obsolete. So I changed in the direction of gunmetal and then converted into black technology. Now, many years later, sorry about that, many years later, they have gunmetal technology and they're going to have to convert to black. Got a position on this. Let's see. So that's what it's going to come down to. Pecking order. I wanted it a little bit down more, but I gotta get the tape for that. But that's what it's gonna come down to. So now they're going to have to convert to our technology. You're going to have no choice. What else are you going to do? You can't say that you have the blackest, the highest contrast levels. Now when you're laying against a black screen, you won't. So isn't that interesting? We converted to their side because we saw the future, and now they got to convert to our side because they see the future. Pecking order. This is where we're going to get our black screen. Because the next stage is when they do design our black technology, this is where the Omega pops up. And the Omega is designed to wipe out all their products in one hit. It won't take me years to develop it. I'll have it done in probably about 3 or 4 hours. It'll be done. That's to ensure them, to let them know that no matter how hard you try, how many years you put in, we can come in and take over that fast, that quick. And then design a product line and leave the bar so high that you couldn't even begin to even touch it. And then I'll mark the screen down where everybody can afford it and disappear. All the money will go to charity. I'm happy, I'm good. That's my final plans, people. So that's why the technology has to be protected. That's why it has to be locked in, has to be sealed, because I know they're going to come after it. Skyworth food demonstration. No, we wanted the 8K desired nature. Looks like a dark contrast. Get out of there. Ugh. 8K desired nature. Didn't even come close to what I wanted, but I do like that one. 8K desired nature. I think I just got the assault rifle. All right, let's try again one more time. 8K desired nature. Can you imagine having this stuff embedded in your house 24/7? I could not imagine it. It would terrify me. I literally got to scream at machines to get them to work. I'm not happy with that screen being way up there. I need to be in the center. That's where I need to be at. Yeah, happy camper, because it bothers me. I like to do things everything by this book. But like I said, when we get these done, I'll send them over one for free. But by then we'll have all the paperwork, everything will be protected. We don't have to worry about anything going wrong or anybody touching there, doing something to it they're not supposed to do, stuff like that. And we weren't trying to mess with it. We have to protect it. All right, that makes me happy.
That's just about taking more regular than the frosty.
I gotta ask. Hello? Mind if I sit? Oh.
And now get 20% off in the Wendy's app.
That's so creepy.
Frost.
Okay, that's all I need to see. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's great. We need 60%. So that's the whole purpose. Get them to develop a black screen. What would push you even more to do so, but yeah, develop a black screen so we can have something for the Omega when it comes out. Now it's interesting because I sat here and had this conversation, I think many months ago, about basically wanting to do a demonstration against a high-end certified gunmetal screen. Because once we get into the main line, which I said the main distributors that sell for them and sell for everybody else, they're going to do exactly what I just did. They're going to see if there's a difference what our product does, because they're definitely going to test it out. And they're going to find out that technology is extremely advanced. And this is going to prompt these screens to develop black technology, which you're going to see happening. The domino effect. Back here. I can't wait to do some gaming off this bad boy.
Cracker Barrel cheese. Impressive every time.
Like I said the demonstrations, the white levels are good. But remember, it's not a black screen, it's a gunmetal screen. So it's lighter than our screen. But still, it's good. I like the fact that when I turn to the side, it doesn't pick up any dark edges, which I found that quite impressive. But we have better contrast. We have better color. We have a blacker screen. Our ambient light rejection is going to be much more advanced because, again, we have FLE technology. We can absorb sunlight. Well, they're going to have to figure out that sunlight first before they can actually go against one of these screens. First things first, before they even make a black technology, they're going to have to figure out how to absorb that sunlight first. And that is going to be a doozy. Sunlight is brutal. The meters we got here, Mr. Meter, we can't use that thing. Where are we going to use it at, honestly? When screens can generate through sunlight, that means you can put it in environments that are max out zones, which means that meter doesn't read in a max out zone, period. You have to have the screen in those kind of environments, probably a little higher than that. I like to have an environment where we had that one light, like to have 10 of those lights in there to see exactly how how much punishment the screen can take. So this product we have here is a part of our Cyberpunk gaming garage. As I told you a couple of weeks ago, maybe a day ago, a week ago, that I got in ingredients from the Lord, that right there, that fast, give me the ingredients to design a special coating for our Cyberpunk gaming garage acoustic gaming screen. And that's it sitting right there in front of you. I told you this week I was going to have it. There it is. So we show you the screen doesn't match any kind of fabric, which we just did a few minutes ago. Difference between white and black, or white surface and black surface, we just see in color balance and contrast, and we put it against an advanced certified screen. And roll on a projector of 720p that cost me $270 on a $7 surface. For any one of these companies out there want to sit there and say, well, you know, you didn't do our product right. How did I not do your product right? It's sitting on the same screen I'm sitting on. 720p projector. If you're going to advise me at the end of the day that I got to be on a 4K or $5,000, a $3,000 or $5,000 projector, then again, that's not a good sign for you, because we can do it at $270. So that's not going to go well for you. That means your buyers and your customers are spending money for an expensive machine when we can tell our customers you can go to eBay and just get something for like under $200. It'll work. Oh, game is a beast on this. So it's gaming technology embedded into it. I'm gonna go back. So wait for them to get on for that thing. I don't know where the heck they are now. So it's gaming technology embedded into it. It's time for the colors to pop higher. I haven't played this in a while. Project. Yeah, when I play this thing online, I get my butt handed to me every single time. Now, I'm not good at it online. But okay, people, got to go. Thank you all, and God bless. This is going to be our formula for the Cyberpunk Gaming Garage. Yeah, this is the screen I told you we're going to be developing. This thing is an absolute beast, ain't it? All right, got to go, and God bless.